Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University, this is a Channel 18 Rockbridge News Update.
Welcome to the Rockbridge Report Tuesday Live Update. I'm Adam Lamberti. The House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol insurrection is rejecting former Trump campaign strategist Stephen Bannon's argument for failing to comply with the panel's subpoena deadline last week. The committee is scheduled to meet today to vote on whether it will refer Bannon to the Justice Department for criminal contempt charges. Bannon's attorney said last week that Bannon won't testify until the committee and Donald Trump reach an agreement on the matter. The panel believes his failure to comply is a violation of federal law. The U.S. State Department is advising citizens not to travel to Haiti, in part because of the risk of kidnapping. Right now, 16 American missionaries are missing, believed to be kidnapped by one of Haiti's most powerful gangs. CNN's John Lawrence reports.
The White House remaining tight-lipped Monday on efforts to bring home one Canadian and 16 American missionaries missing in Haiti.
The FBI is part of a coordinated U.S. government effort to get the U.S. citizens involved to safety. Due to operational considerations, we're not going to go into too much detail.
The missionaries, including 5 children, are part of a group called Christian Aid Ministries based in Ohio. They were taken just north of the nation's capital after visiting an orphanage.
The U.S. Embassy in Port-au-Prince is coordinating with local authorities and providing assistance to the families to resolve the situation.
In 2020, Haiti's national police identified this man as the leader of 400 Maozo, the gang a Haitian security source says is responsible for the kidnapping. The streets of Port-au-Prince largely empty Monday as a rise in crime leaves many fearing for their lives.
Haitian has kidnapping surge that has increased by 300%.
The country is still recovering from a powerful earthquake earlier this year and the assassination of its president, leaving the island vulnerable.
There is definitely, on the short term, assistance needed to the police with equipment, supplies, even manpower to fight off the gangs on the short term. But on the long run, Haiti needs to reestablish its military.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Tributes are pouring in for former U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell yesterday. Powell died yesterday of complications of COVID-19. He was the first black chairman of the Joint Chief of Staffs and the first black Secretary of State. CNN's Anderson Cooper shares what's believed to be his final interview.
Flags are flying at half-staff across Washington tonight and at state offices across New York, including in New York City, where Colin Powell was born 84 years ago. He died today at Walter Reed Medical Center just outside Washington. The cause, complications of COVID-19. He'd been twice vaccinated and was about to get a booster, but his age and other illnesses, especially the rare blood cancer, multiple myeloma, likely left his immune system unable to fight the virus. In what's believed to be the last interview he did, he spoke about it with legendary reporter and author Bob Woodward as part of the research for Woodward and Robert Costa's new book, Peril.
Well, you see, I've got to go to the hospital about 2 or 3 times a week. I've got multiple myeloma cancer, and I've got Parkinson's disease, but otherwise I'm fine.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
Don't say no, and don't feel sorry for me. For God's sake, I'm 85 years old. Got to have something.
Well,
And I haven't lost a day of life fighting these 2 diseases. I'm in good shape.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, you've never lost a day of life. I mean, think of the activist general, former Secretary of State, now Oracle, right?
Yeah.
Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring's Office of Civil Rights has filed lawsuits against more than 24 Virginia real estate companies. The companies are accused of discriminating against renters by rejecting callers who said that they were going to use a housing choice voucher to pay their rent. The lawsuits are the first of their kind under an addition to state law that forbids housing discrimination based on source of income. Thanks for watching the Tuesday Live Update. Tune in on Thursday at 5 p.m. for our full broadcast. In the meantime, you can stay connected via our website, rockbridgereport.wlu.edu.